Good morning. This is Dr. Vicki. Welcome to VCR, Data Visualization and Creative Reporting. This should be day one of this particular course, which runs in month 8. Can you believe it? You're already on month 8 of a 12-month course. Congratulations on reaching this far. I'd like to take just a few moments and review my course structure. It may resemble some that you've had before and it may not. So let's just take a few moments. When you look at the first screen when you sign on, this is what it looks like. I like to point students to the VCR Start Here for Success. I put some things in here that may or may not be familiar to you. I have the Welcome to VCR Course Overview, which tells a little bit about the course, what we're going to be covering, the outcomes and objectives. And then I have a VCR Course Overview video, which tells actually what is the point? What is the point of data visualization and why it's important? I have a Meet Me video here. It's about 10 minutes and 12 seconds. It explains my career, how I started working at 7-Eleven and what has led me to where I'm at today. I have my resume created in Excel. It's a dashboard created specifically in Excel. You will be creating one like this as well. Students seem to really like this. Right here, you have a learning activity schedule that's interactive. It's data visualization. It was created in Tableau. I created it in an Excel worksheet, uploaded it, and manipulated the data. And if you click on this particular block, you can see all of the information and how the pieces fit together. I have a section here on the textbooks and what's required and what to do if you have trouble locating them. I have a note here. Please review every section in every module during the course and then mark complete at the bottom, indicating that you have reviewed and understand it. Thoroughly reviewing all the sections is imperative in understanding the concepts, just like this one down here where completion. After you've reviewed a section or a module, please mark it as complete so that it fills in the grade book and I know that you have responded to that. And if you have any questions when you're reviewing each section, please let me know. My office hours, this is a wholly online course, but please make every attempt if you can to check official Full Sail email and messages announcements at least once daily. Due to the short nature of this course, if something happens or I need to get in touch with you, time is of the essence. In addition, many times early on in the course, if you submit a written document and I put comments on it, I more than likely will give you the opportunity to correct it so that you don't lose points. So you'll need to be aware that that's happening. If you need to contact me, the easiest way is to send me an email or a text. If you need an immediate response to an email, shoot me a quick text letting me know to look at the email. There's my cell phone number. Virtual office hours, there's my virtual office hours, but I'm pretty much available when you need me. Here's my Full Sail email and my Google email. There's also links to Full Sail's policies and resources. And here's the APA format checklist. All the written assignments are required to be in APA format and the syllabus. I put resources here for Microsoft Power BI. You probably were introduced to this back in month 2 with Professor Ramos, and you may have had other assignments, but what I have here is a full list of quick tutorials of everything that you may need or be interested in for Microsoft Power BI. All you would have to do is click on any of these links and take you to what you need to see, and it's hands-on and it shows you step by step. These numbers that you'll always see out beside of all of the videos I post are how long the video runs. So be sure to use these tutorials if you find yourself a little rusty. I also publish resources to all of the students on graduate level writing. Because this is a master's level course in month 8, the overall quality of your writing skills are as important as the content. So I've seen many students go astray because their knowledge was not able to be communicated to employers or potential employers because of their lack of writing skills. So I'm very particular about APA format. I briefly define it there, and I have punctuation grammar tools and APA format tools. I have tools out here for data visualization, data collection, data scraping, and data cleaning. If you run across a tool that you think might be useful to me or your classmates, please let me know. I'd love to add it to the list. Everyone is familiar with our GPS, so let's take a look at that. Of course, it's Monday. The system's running a little slow. The global professionalism standards. I just put a link here to the academic integrity and the student manual for Full Sail. Everybody's familiar with go-to training. We also will have go-to VCR training should you feel the need. I will have them scheduled on Wednesday evenings. So if you want to attend a go-to VCR training, please register. But keep one thing in mind, because of the time involved to set aside and prepare for a go-to training. If you register for a session and find that for some reason you're unable to attend, please notify me at least 4 hours before the session begins so that I don't make preparations and set aside time, which will be a waste of my time if I do all of that and you do not show up. BIMS has instituted a policy that if you do not do that, we'll take point deductions in the GPS points, because once you register, you've activated our commitment to block the time, prepare, and attend. A no-show without cause or notification is really a disregard to time and commitment. So please don't do that. I know you won't. I know you're very professional. If you register and something comes up, it always does. I call that life, and we all have one. Just let me know. And registration does close 8 hours prior to the session start time. Here's the list. Wednesdays, April 3rd, 10th, 17th, and May 1st. Why the big gap between April 17th and May 1st? Yay, it's spring break. And then here's all the archive for each week from last month's go-tos, and we'll always have those there. I have what's put on here as a water cooler forum. I like to call that our place just to have impromptu discussions like most people would in an office around a water cooler. Now let's look at week 1 real quick for you. Week 1's activities. First, there's a survey. It's on the capstone project that you will be completing and submitting early in month 12. It's a very detailed project. I think you were giving the handout in the student guide in month 2 with Professor Rolandos. It's 5 short questions. It also has some information for you to review to help you. It's not graded as a test. It's graded as completion. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to get a head start now on putting together the outline and getting everything done for your capstone. What happens is once you submit this, I look through it and provide you some suggestions on if you're heading in the right direction, because I'm on the capstone project panel for grading. So please don't be embarrassed if you don't know the answers to these. That's probably why I have it out here. I want you to start thinking about it. Again, this is month 8, and we should be working on it now, and it gives me a chance to help you. Week 1's lesson is data storytelling. You will be going over how to tell a story with data. Here's a week 1 overview that lasts 11 minutes or so. That's what we're talking about now. The outcomes, the week 1 course deliverables, what's due this week, the initial post on a discussion board, the response post using the RISE method, and the week 1 assignment, which is creating that Excel dashboard resume. There's the textbook readings and a couple video lessons here where I discussed the difference between data and visualization using a periodic table, and articles and supplemental videos. Again, if you find something useful, let me know, and I would love to share it with your classmates and other classes coming up. I have a glossary here of some of the primary data visualization terms, so feel free to use them, save them, and be sure to use the right terminology when you're describing data visualizations. The week 1 discussion is on infographics. Infographics is using graphics to spread information. We're starting now to learn how to tell a story using data. Now the description is, I have a discussion clarification here, 3 minutes and 17 seconds that discusses how to complete it. The initial post is due Wednesday, April 3rd, and the post 2 in the RISE medals due April 7th. Post 1 is you will choose a visualization, an infographic. Right here's 3 sources. There are tremendous amount of infographics there. So pick a visualization that strikes you for either it's excellent or it's not. Download the template below, which looks something like this. to answer the questions and identify the task the visualization was designed to do and who the target population was supposed to be. You will characterize both the data being visualized and how the visual mappings are applied. Remember, there was a lesson back where I created the video using the periodic table to tell you the difference between data and visual mappings. When you're answering the questions, be sure to use the technology and terminology from the readings. What is the structure of the data, the dimension, the visual mappings, the task that the visualization has been designed to facilitate, and who's the audience. You'll then complete a critique. Did you find it effective? Offer some suggestions for improving design, or if you found it to be impeccable, elaborate on why it was perfect. Throughout the discussion now, assume you're evaluating the design with respect to who the intended audience was, and not just your own response to it as an assignment. Initial post should be equivalent to a 1 to 2 page paper, excluding images write-up of your analysis and critique, plus a link to the image that you chose. So again, you'll be also creating an APA formatted paper that answers all of these questions. You'll have an analysis section and a critique section, and it'll be an APA format. Grammar and APA writing resources were located in your resources and can be found right here. Submit the written portion of the paper via an attachment and the template that you completed. Then you can just simply copy and paste the paper that you wrote into the actual discussion board, because it's very hard to maintain APA formatting within the discussion post itself. I have a quick video here on APA formatting. Post 2, respond to at least one of your classmates and using APA format and using the RISE model. Now, the first initial post is 70% of the discussion board grade, and the second post is 30%. There's the visual analysis template that you will download and use, and there's the rubric. The assignment for week 1 is to create your own personal resume using Excel. Turn it into what looks like a dashboard. It will look like that, something like that, other than it won't have my picture, it will have yours. You will create that following step-by-step instructions that I have downloaded below. There's a video, Excel resume video, which I explain briefly how to do that. And here's the instructions. The instructions are a step-by-step. If you follow them step-by-step, you should have no way of going wrong. There's the instructions, and there's the Excel resume template. So what you will deliver is the Excel worksheet has 2 sheets. One of them is the data sheet where you input all the data, and the other, sheet number 2, is if you put the data incorrectly in the data sheet and flip over to the resume sheet, that's where it is displayed as a visualization. Include all the categories from the model. They need to look sharp. They should be correctly scaled. You may change the color scheme if you prefer. Some people get creative and change the color scheme. And do you want to get an awesome grade? Of course you do. Use Keynote, PowerPoint, iMovie to explain your completed Excel resume, how you created it. This is the way to max out your points. Please look at the rubric below and make sure you max out all the points. There is a rubric right here. Now let me tell you, a lot of the students that have created this Excel resume keep it updated, and they start using it in their employment and their careers, because it shows to the people that you're trying to get as a contractor, where you're trying to get a promotion or another career opportunity, very clearly that you know how to visualize data for business intelligence. So feel free to use that at any time. So I hope this turned out to be beneficial to you. If you have any questions, let me know. Are you ready to get started on this journey? Let's go.